So our next task is basically to create a container that can basically do a output to a file, and create another container which will basically test this functionality. We will use the socat utility to basically read the file container and expose that over the port 9001, and then use another container which will link to this container and basically do a curl request on that particular port to read the content of the file over the network. So for that, I'll just go to my folder and go to my task3, which basically demonstrate this task. I have a Docker file over here, so I'll open this Docker file to show you the content of that. So what it does is just do a sudo apt-get update, and then do a apt install socat utility, create a file op.txt, and then append some character like strings to that particular file, and start the socat utility on 9001 port, which basically does a cat on that particular file which we created just now. So I'll just create the Docker, build this particular Docker file using docker build -t and give a particular name to this particular image. So I'll build this image. So the build is successful. So once the build is successful, I'll try to run this image. So I'll just give the name to the running instance as T3 using the task image name, and I'll just give the name tag. So you can see that it started running the image. So if you do docker ps, you can see that it started running the particular container. So this container basically is listening on port 9001 and basically flushing the output of the file over the network. So now I'll just start another container which will test this functionality, that is a curl container. So this particular Docker file contains the installation of the curl utility. So I will do a Docker images to show you that I have created a task3 image just now. I'll create a new, I'll build this image to create a new image. It is docker d-t curl_c. So this will basically build the image. So it does a sudo apt-get update and then does a curl installation. So it will take some time. So you can see it created the image successfully, and I can verify that doing a Docker image. So you can see it created an image curl_c. So I'll basically run this particular container and link it to the previous container which we created, which basically is listening on the particular port. So I'll do a docker run -it link it to the T3, give it a alias name, do --name to give this particular also a name. I'll do a give a name cc, that is curl container, give the image name for on which it will run, and best fire the curl command from that. So curl on the server, that is the alias name, and I'll give the port on which it was listening. So this basically should connect to the that particular container and flush the output back. So over here you can see that it just showed me the content of the file over here, and if I do a docker, so in this way you can see that how I was successful to link the particular container and access the file over the network using socat utility. Thank you.